I'm extremely grateful to my very dear brother, Excellency Mr. Abbas Arakchi, for visiting us. Yes, you are right. The lot of challenges are facing this region as well as global challenges. We are all watching. Iran itself is deeply involved in the last few weeks with the negotiation with US on very important subject of national importance, and we are watching and following up the progress. We wish all the best and a positive outcome for the shared prosperity and peace and safety of this region as well as the global community. As far Pakistan is concerned, right within this 1 month, we have seen that on 22nd of April, another incident took place in Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir. You have been briefed regularly at different forums. I had a detailed briefing just a few days ago, both the foreign media and the national media, and we'll continue to update. You will be finding us in next day or two on the floor of the National Assembly to walk the nation through all the efforts which we are making, because Pakistan has nothing to do with this incident. Number one, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has made it a public offer that we welcome any international, transparent and independent probe in the incident of Pahalgam to establish the facts. Our offer is very much there. Thirdly, we have made it abundantly clear about a large number of our counterparts, foreign ministers, deputy prime ministers or Qatari prime minister, when they appeal to Pakistan and ask us and also India not to escalate under the circumstances in the interest of regional peace and security. I have assured them, as decided in the meeting of the National Security Committee of Pakistan, that A, we will demonstrate patience, we will exercise full restraint, and we will not be the first one to take any escalating move. However, if India takes any adventure, any escalatory move, then we will give a befitting reply. So that's where we stand. Thank you very much. Excellencies, the ambassadors, heads of missions, experts in diplomatic world, scholars, professionals, media friends, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and very good morning. It is indeed a great pleasure to be with you this morning, and I compliment the timing and the selection of the topic, peace and prosperity, pathways to peace and prosperity in turbulent times. I think a great job done by IRS, and I'll be looking forward to the deliberations which will continue in the next different sessions today and tomorrow, and perhaps a third day as well. So it would be a collective wisdom you will be accumulating during these discussions, and I think government would be very happy to benefit from the outcome and the recommendations and the thoughts of this August gathering. I would like to thank the Institute of Regional Studies for organizing this timely event, as I said, on an extremely relevant theme. The world is indeed passing through challenging times. We face numerous interlinked crises threatening international peace and security, economic stability, and sustainable development. Situation of conflict and continued foreign occupation defy the promise of the United Nations to save succeeding generations from the scourge of war and to guarantee the self-determination. Ladies and gentlemen, long-standing unresolved disputes from Kashmir to Palestine continue to face a serious challenge and pose a serious threat to the regional and international peace and security. The ramifications of the adverse impacts of climate change and climate-induced disasters are not only being felt beyond boundaries, but also across generations. And it's not too long away that we just had a very sad flash floods experience in 2022, and being one of the least emissions country, less than 1% of the global emissions, we are one of the top 10 vulnerable countries. Our failure to address the structural deficiencies in the international financial system is aggravating global inequalities and poverty. Hatred and discriminations are on the rise in the form of xenophobia and Islamophobia. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, in this midst of these turbulent times, a region unfortunately is yet again standing on the brink of another conflict. Over the course of the last couple of weeks, baseless allegations as well as unilateral, politically motivated and highly provocative actions taken by India pose a grave threat to regional and international peace and security. There appears to be calculated and premeditated attempt to escalate regional tensions, following a familiar pattern use inflammatory rhetoric, incite war, hysteria, and use this as a pretext for aggression and unilateral actions. Why I'm saying so? I just want to remind and not go into detail. I'm sure all of you, it's not decades old, it's just 2019. Pulwama, media hype, rhetoric, followed by unilateral deletion of Article 370 and 35A, which led to declaring the 7 decades old disputed territory guaranteed by the UN resolutions to be resolved in the light of principle of self-determination and of the will of Kashmiri people. That was all binned after that entire Pulwama episode. However, this brinkmanship carries consequences that extend far beyond India borders. We believe that what has happened is to divert attention, I'm talking of Pahalgam, from India's internal challenges, state-sponsored terrorism, the ongoing human rights violations in the Indian illegally occupied Kashmir, and to gain narrow domestic political objectives. Don't forget there are some by-elections coming through next few months in India. However, we are obviously absolutely alert. Regional and international peace and security cannot be sacrificed at the altar of narrow electoral gains. This is a dangerous political game and gamble, putting at stake the lives of millions in the region. Being a responsible member of the international community, Pakistan remains committed to regional peace and stability. We will support all efforts towards de-escalation. I have had interaction in the last few days with more than a couple of dozens Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Ministers, foreign ministers of other countries. In MOFA, Foreign Office, we had engaged around 45 diplomats and mission heads available in Islamabad, and with few who are members of the UN Security Council, we have probably had more than one rounds. However, in case of any act of aggression, let me first tell you that my interaction revolved around what? In fact, on 22nd of April, we just landed, Prime Minister, myself, on a 36 hours official state visit to Turkey. We were invited by His Excellency the Turkish President. Soon after landing, we had this sad news. And straight away our meeting started, which ended over the dinner. And once I was done, I engaged Foreign Office. It was almost 1 o'clock in the morning, between 22nd and 23rd of April. We decided to issue a condolence message, which is still on our website. On 23rd of April, we issued this statement, and we learned that Prime Minister Modi, after curtailing his visit to Saudi Arabia, would be holding Cabinet Committee on Security of India. The times, a couple of times, changes in the time the meeting would be held, but finally it held around between Maghrib and Isha, our time. And after the meeting, there was no mention in their official statement, press briefing, any reference to Pakistan, but all the measures they took were Pakistan specific.